This week on Inside Boulder News, the city finalizes the purchase of the Boulder Community Health property west of Broadway. Improvements are being made to transit stops across the city, and the first project funded by ballot measure 2A is underway at the Dairy Arts Center. Welcome to Inside Boulder News. I'm Ashley Prill. The City of Boulder has officially completed the purchase of the 8.8-acre Boulder Community Health property west of Broadway. The property includes the entire hospital campus site at 1100 Balsam Avenue, as well as 2 properties on Alpine Street and 2 small properties on North Street. Despite the purchase being complete, a significant public process will need to take place before redevelopment begins.
The City of Boulder is delighted to own this property. Redevelopment opportunities like this are rare in Boulder, and we're grateful to the hospital for working with us on making this purchase possible. We're already starting to hear some really great ideas for how we could best leverage this site. We're anticipating that 2016 and 2017 will be a very exciting time when we'll explore a variety of uses and work with the community to figure out the best fit for this property. Staff is beginning to outline that plan now, and we'll be making a presentation to City Council and the community next month.
The closing agreement includes a 2-year leaseback period where BCH will continue to provide medical services at the hospital. Several physician and hospital clinics will also continue operating at the Broadway site. For more information and a map of the acquired properties, visit the city's website. With the voter approval of a new tax last month, the city is preparing to allow short-term rentals to operate legally in Boulder. A new short-term rental ordinance will officially take effect on January 4th, 2016. A short-term rental is a property that is rented for less than 30 days at a time at a principal residence. Homeowners interested in renting out rooms, in-law apartments, or converted garages to tourists in the new year will need to apply for a short-term rental license.
Application packets for a short-term rental license will be available online and in person at the Planning and Development Services Center as of Friday, December 18th. In order for property owners to obtain a short-term rental license, they should apply to the Planning and Development Services Center at least 2 weeks prior to the date that they'd like to rent their property short-term. City staff will review the application materials and issue a short-term rental license and a business license as appropriate. And those applications need to be processed and approved prior to an owner advertising or renting their property. Short-term rental licenses are valid for the same amount of time as a standard or long-term rental license, which is 4 years, or until the property is sold. The Services Center staff will have dedicated staff available at certain dates and times to answer questions from the public and to review applications. And those dates and times are going to be January 5th from 8 to 10 a.m., January 6th from 4 to 6 p.m., and January 12th from 8 to 10 a.m., all here in the Services Center. And those are dates and times that we're actually closed to the rest of the public, and that we'll just only be allowing people to come in who want to apply for a short-term rental license so that we can answer their questions and review their applications.
Homeowners who would like to rent their property short-term can apply for a license in person at the Planning and Development Services Center or mail in their applications. Thanks to a state grant, 20 transit stops are being improved across the city. The transit stops range in size from high-use stops to small neighborhood stops, and the goal is to improve access for all users.
Well, there's a variety of issues that we're trying to fix. Like some of these older stops have an older shelter that is a little bit more difficult to maintain. So bringing in a modern shelter makes it easier for them to clean, power wash. Brings it more up to date. We looking at how it's operating now, whether there's enough bike racks, if we can incorporate trash facilities. Simple upgrades like that, also expanding the footprint. At Fairview High School, we've actually relocated the stop to make it flow better with the traffic at the school. Each one has its own issues that we're trying to fix, and working closely with RTD to address concerns and issues that have been developed over time. Well, the goal of improving all the transit stops is obviously to increase ridership, make it more user-friendly, make it a better user experience to all parties involved. So we're going through all different modes, different areas of town, whether it's high school students closer to the university or residential use, try to improve those facilities all around the city.
The shelters, benches, and bike racks for these 20 transit stops will be installed in early 2016. As more funding becomes available, the city plans to continue the enhancement of transit stops throughout the community. For more information about the Boulder Transit Stop Enhancement Project, visit the city's website. This week, the community got a sneak peek at the renovations happening at the Dairy Arts Center. The renovations are occurring in 3 phases and are funded in part by the approval of Ballot Measure 2A last November. Measure 2A funds community, culture, and safety measures within the city of Boulder. The construction at the Dairy Arts Center represents the first use of this money.
So far we are in the first of 3 phases, and this phase is focused on the front of the dairy and the lobby area and a new cafe. And so we've gotten the first part of the front done. People will see the steel work is up. Part of what will make this a state-of-the-art facility is we'll have new technology in our theaters, new lighting. Mostly soundproofing is going to make a huge difference from what people have experienced here before. So there'll be soundproof theaters. We'll have a new family center on the back, on our back entry. We'll have a new back entry, but it includes a family center where the parents and families of the 2,000 students we have taking music and dance lessons here can hang out. And the addition of our Polk Cafe is going to be a huge addition. People can actually come here before a performance and get some food, have dinner, and enjoy some food before they go into a performance without having to go somewhere else. So far, so good. The timing-wise, we're pretty much on schedule. It's really exciting to see the architect's vision translated into reality, and the flow of the angular flow of the roof line. I really believe that this place is going to be kind of an architectural piece of art for Boulder, a geographic icon, as well as a fabulous place to experience the arts of all kinds that we offer here.
The first phase of construction is expected to be finished by February. Phase 2 will focus on renovating the Grace Gam and Carson theaters, and Phase 3 will focus on office spaces and a potential catering kitchen. The fully renovated Dairy Center will make its debut this September with a special grand opening week, culminating with the September 10th Dairy Honors Program. For more information, visit thedairy.org. In 2014, the City of Boulder launched the Boulder Energy Challenge, a new grant program designed to solicit innovative solutions from the community for reducing greenhouse gas emissions in Boulder. The Solar Plus Storage Demonstration Project from Evolution 7 Labs is one of the 6 projects that received funding. The project aims to demonstrate and quantify the benefits of combining battery storage with solar energy systems.
So you have benefits to the resident, to where they actually have local storage, they have resiliency through an outage. You have benefits to the grid, to where the solar is not being fed in blindly at inopportune times. We're able to shift the solar more into the evening time when the sun goes down, but yet there's a high demand. People are coming home, they're turning on lights, they're plugging their electric vehicles. That's really the time where we could really use a boost in the grid. And so being able to use local storage to shift that has a big positive effect.
Well, it seems to be that's where things are starting to trend, and staying on top of those trends and even trying to be a little bit in front of those trends is something as a company that we've always wanted to kind of strive for.
Well, we'll be running, measuring the performance of the system for probably 6 months to a year, collecting a lot of data and running computer models on that data to show how we can not only store some of the energy in batteries and then feed it either back to the power grid or just to within the house, but we can also manage appliances and electric vehicle charging devices in the home so that the net energy requirement from the power grid is minimalized. The idea is for the consumer to optimize the retail value of the electricity that they generate on their solar systems.
Well, when it's all said and done, I personally think that we're going to find that we're closer than we think to being able to integrate energy storage locally and have a compelling case for the city to look at doing more of these sorts of installations and promoting a truly smart grid.
More information about all the Boulder Energy Challenge projects can be found on the city's website. Thank you for watching Inside Boulder News. Stay in touch with us on Facebook and Twitter by submitting news tips and questions. You can also sign up to receive video updates right in your inbox. Just go to boulderchannel8.com and click on subscribe.